Hi there, gang. Dr. J, Steve Jensen from the National Sales Academy and Impact Training. Hope you're doing great. And today we're going to be talking about something that's dear to my heart. And it's that sales twang. That's super nice. How many times have we heard someone being really nice and just being insipidly sweet, or even, so pleasant and laughing at your jokes in a funny way, which is ha ha ha, oh dear, and all of a sudden moving on. It's almost embarrassing, isn't it? But how many times have we done it because we want to be super nice and create some rapport and have the person like us and trust us? We want them to buy our expensive product and or service. We don't want to lose the sale, so we're really nice. Now, obviously, we're not going to be grumpy. We're obviously not going to be, let's say, short. But let's just be real. When it comes down to conversations, we just got to make sure that we understand that people want to be spoken to normally, pleasantly, obviously politely, with professionalism. But you know what? Nothing's better than being treated as an equal, or making sure that you show the person respect, but don't have that sales twang. That sales twang is when that tone goes up and we're trying to be really pleasant. Now, please make sure we get this right. I'm not saying be unpleasant, but the sales twang comes from people trying to be overly nice because they don't know what to say. Number one problem here is a big challenge out there. If we haven't practiced what we need to do, we don't know instinctively how to do it because we created the neural pathway where we've done our practice. Well, we tend to go into this ramble. We make a thing called noise. And if we're actually feeling a little bit, let's say, underdone, we try to be a little bit more sweet, or try to be a little bit more forceful, or maybe enthusiastic about our product and or service. It's almost, when I'm just doing it now, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable because I know that you're not enjoying that. Having a conversation, obviously there has to be upward tones and low tones. But remember, people know when you're trying to wing it and you're just making noise. And after a little while, when someone's making a lot of noise, people switch off. Especially people that are a dominant behavioral style. Someone that wants you to cut to the chase, and then you start filling it up with noise and having that twang. And isn't it interesting? I was hearing another speaker the other day saying that how aggravating it was when people are just insipidly sweet or super nice or trying too hard. Trying too hard to do the process, or trying too hard to, let's say, impress the person, and not being real, not having authenticity, is a real problem over the phone and also face to face. People will feel it, and as soon as that happens, the disgenuineness of it pushes people away. You might do your process perfectly. So how do we find out if we have that sales twang? Well, the only way to really find out is to have someone listen to you. And I truly believe one of the big things that you need to do is to record it. Yes. Understand that your practice, your drilling and rehearsing is critical before you start to do your presentations, but record it. Know what to say, record how you're doing it so you don't sound, let's say, twangy or maybe a little bit too overzealous and too over the top, where you need to maybe calm down just a little bit. Now remember, enthusiasm is important, but make sure it's real. And look, some people are obviously highly energetic people, but let me tell you, if it's genuinely enthusiastic and exciting, that's great. But don't overcook the egg here. Noisy conversations and this genuineness and that upward twang actually makes it super nice. And we all know that everything that's too sweet is just absolutely not nice at all. The next thing is, I need to show you how to fix it. Once you've recorded your voice and you've got that little bit of that twang, it's really easy to fix. Let me give an example. I'd love to organize a time to come and see me. Would 3 o'clock or would 4 o'clock be better? It's almost begging. Well, the best thing for us to do now is to organize a time to see you. Would 3 o'clock or would 4 o'clock suit you better? It's a downward tone. It's not an upward tone. Would 3 o'clock or would 4 o'clock suit you better? Or would 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock suit you better? It's a downward tone. Instead of an upward tone, it's a downward tone. Now, obviously, there's going to be some upward tones, but there's also, if you want a decision, which is like a little bit of a slightly authoritative, not a deep tone and telling them, it's an upward tone and a downward tone. So it's a little bit less loud at the back end. This is almost like a recommendation. It's almost like a recommendation. Please listen to me. I'm exaggerating, obviously. But actually listening to that type of conversation, which actually has a normal tone, instead of having one that has an upward tone all the time, almost becomes pleading. Upward tones and downward tones mixed up make an enormous difference. Make an enormous difference. See how it changes? So getting rid of that twang or that upward tone all the time, being insipidly sweet, sometimes can push people away. Always be pleasant, always be friendly, always be happy. But remember, match their tone. Always be, let's say, have confidence, but have the upward tone and a downward tone and have some confidence and almost like a, how can we say, a self-certainness about your expertise and your product and or service, and it will inspire people to come and see you. So there's some ideas for you to put into practice. Practice, drill, rehearse will help you have the confidence to be able to do the things I'm suggesting. Please don't go into your sales presentation without a rehearsal. If it's a big rock, make sure that you practice it 3 or 4 times. I would suggest 4 or more. 6 is ideal to make sure that you're ready. So there's some ideas to get rid of that twang and make sure that you have an upward and a downward tone and make sure you kick some goals. And I'll see you next time. And if you need any more help, let us know. Put some comments in the post down the bottom. And look, we've got some great sales guides. We've got one that is a terrific one, which is the 4 triggers that helps you close or inspire more sales. If you'd like to have one of those, let us know. Just put love to have the sales guide in the post and we'll send it to you. Okay? Or we'll connect with you and then send it to you. So we need to find out where to send it. Okay, I'm Dr. J. We'll catch up when you're a little bit older. All right? Bye for now.